Yep, that says 10 carat right there. 10K. That is a huge gold chain.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back. It's Pacific Picker, and we were out on a Friday morning nice and early to get those yard sales. Let's see what we got.
Welcome back! It's Pacific Picker. We are back at the house with a bucket of stuff that we bought for $20. $20 is what I paid for everything on here, and you can come along with me on the journey to see if what I paid was a good price or if it was a bad price. We shall see. So up first, we have this very lovely toy. I believe it's a Ghostbusters toy. I could be wrong. We will look at the comps on these. Those will be on screen right there, but that's a lovely little toy there. We have this very cool Power Rangers toy. This is the white Power Ranger. It looks like this is from 1995, and it is a Saban toy. So that is an original Power Rangers toy. That's wonderful. And then we have a whole bunch of these really, I don't know anything about them, but I've never seen these G.I. Joe figures in a size any smaller, any bigger than tiny. So that's pretty cool. If you've seen G.I. Joes this size before, make sure to leave a comment and tell me about it, because I certainly haven't. We got a whole bunch of these. We're going to kind of move these off to the side, and again, the value of these will be on the screen. But yeah, we got all of everything in this bucket was $20. There was a big sale going on, and it was sort of make an offer for everything. So I put a bucket together, and I thought $20 sounded like a good price. And we'll see if it was or wasn't. I just kind of blind grabbed a bunch of stuff. Okay, so we also got this really cool Hot Wheels. This one is from 1983. So a 1983 Hot Wheels car. That's pretty cool. And then we have this other Hot Wheels car. It's a Corvette. That's pretty cool too. And we got this first bag. The first bag up. We have this, okay, what do we have? We have a horse toy of some form. Let's see what it says. Made in Hong Kong. Not entirely sure if there's any value to this, but if there is, rest assured there will be a comp listed there. I don't know anything about that little thing. Again, I don't know why I grabbed some of these bags. Some of them, you'll see why. Some more toys there. Some very cool little toys. We have this lovely off-brand Hot Wheels style car. That's not really anything super special. And then we have another little, like, valueless little toy there. And then we got this Rydell helmet. It's, I believe that's the Saints. Correct me if I'm wrong. Alright, first bag with jewelry in it. We did find some jewelry today. We'll see what is in the bag and what it is made out of as we go along here. So this is, looks like it says German. It says Germany, so that's cool. That's pretty nice. It's actually where my ancestors come from. I am 41% German, which is pretty neat. Let's see if we can open it to get a better understanding of what is. So there's no other names or anything, but it does say Germany on there. That's kind of cool. So like a German chain with a little cherub on it. That's pretty neat. Let me move all these toys off to the side. Alright, first piece of jewelry, not too bad. A piece of German jewelry. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Alright, next up we have this sort of crazy, fancy looking necklace thing with a big pendant on it. Maybe that's not actually part of it. No, it looks like it might be. Yeah, so if I had to guess, I'd say it's probably Monet. Monet did a lot of jewelry like this back in the day. This does not appear to be precious. It's not heavy enough to be precious, so that's probably just some costume jewelry. And then we have this plug-in little thing, not too bad. And then we have a little pin. You know we love our pins here. This one says Ultra. Ultra, and it has a tiny little gemstone on it. That's pretty cool. Nice. And it looks like that's the last of that. And we have this very cool little bracelet. It's like a copper looking sort of bracelet. I don't believe that this is... It does have some like black onyx or something on there. Super, super cool. Really neat. Very, very antique-y looking. Let's see. Open the thing up, see if it says anything on it. I don't see any marks or anything. And again, if there's any comps that I can find for it, they will be up there on the screen. So that's pretty cool. The filigree work on that is really neat. I don't see any other marks or anything. It looks like brass, perhaps, or copper. Alright, and up next we have this. Oh, we also have all of these little helmets here. Various sports team helmets. These can actually resell for pretty decent on the secondhand market, so that was a pretty nice little find. And this next little bag of jewelry we have, I'm not exactly sure what that is. It's like a used, probably give that a toss for sure. And this is point arrow into that rear of tone arm. Not entirely sure what that is. We'll try to figure it out. There's a nice little belt buckle here from Taiwan. A lovely tape measure, an older tape measure. Those are always fun. I have a collection of older tape measures. Don't judge me. I won't judge you for your weird collections. Some stained glass. And the rest of this bag just kind of looks like junk, to be honest with you. We'll give that a toss. Okay, so all of this jewelry has spilled out. We'll leave that for loose jewelry at the bottom for toward the end. These are some clasps or something like that. I don't know. When I saw them, I just tossed them in since it was kind of a we're trying to get rid of all this stuff sort of deal. Can't quite get those out of there. It looks like it's just some form of like little, I don't know. There's all sort of things in there. I'm just not sure how to. Oh, there we go. Fantastic. All right, we got this. Looks like maybe it's for a belt or something like that. 1984. All of these say 1984 on them. Looks like they're probably brass or something like that. Nothing too crazy. Nothing crazy valuable there. We got this OSAA State Championships little pin. That's not too bad. Yeah, everyone loves a little pin action. What else do we get here? We got this whole conglomerate of random jewelry bits. We'll get through that toward the end. We have this half of a watch. A Geneva Elgin watch. Geneva Elgin watch number 829 signature series. Nice. That's pretty cool. It appears that maybe it is gold plated. It looks to be gold plated to me. Looks gold plated to me. Nice. Okay, let's set that off there. And we have this miscellaneous bag of jewelry. Let's see what's in here. It looks like costume jewelry for sure. It's not heavy enough to be precious metals. This too is costumey. Does not appear to be 925, which would be really cool if it was. That would be wonderful. But that's okay, not a problem. Costume jewelry can still fetch a nice premium if it's old enough and made by the right people. There we go. Let's see if there's any numbers on here. No, doesn't appear to be. And then some more costume jewelry there. But in the same bag, let's see what else there is. Okay, we have some more costume jewelry. Wonderful. Okay. And then here we have a loose, massive chain. If that was gold, we would be in like Flynn, but it does not appear to be. There are no marks on it whatsoever, which is typically a telltale sign of just some low brand metal. It is heavy though, so that might be worth doing a test, just in case. You never know. We'll test that. We'll put that over here on the test pile, because if that happens to be gold, we will be making out like bandits today. It looks pretty useless. So there's like a jar of coins in there. We'll see what that is here in a minute. And then we got this. What do we have here? It looks like some black beads. Sometimes these black beads can be set on something. Let's take a look here. That is have writing on it. It says patent. It's a patent number. Okay, nothing too fancy there. And then we'll grab this necklace. And the necklace appears to also be of low quality, no precious metal content in that either. No worries. You grab it all, law of averages, you never know what will be, and some of the jewelry that appears not to have a lot of value will have decent value on the secondhand market if it's costume jewelry. There can be some really good money in costume jewelry. So this does not appear to have any marks on it as well. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything. This is incredibly heavy. If this were gold, this would be thousands and thousands of dollars worth of gold right there. This is stupid heavy. So we'll test that too, just because you never know. Let's hop into this bag next. What do we get? Alright, we got this massive chain. This chain does not appear to be precious metal. Go figure. Not a big surprise there. Let's take a look at this next one. This one might be a candidate here for silver. It does have a good amount of weight to it. But again, nondescript, no writing, no hallmarks. So we'll set that over there. We'll test the heavier chains just to see what might be in them. But let's keep going here. Alright, we have this guy. This one looks pretty nice. This looks like it could be something. Let's see. There is some writing there. That says 10K. Okay, so that's a massive 10 carat. Yep, that says 10 carat right there. 10K. That is a huge gold chain. Oh my god. That is probably $1,000 worth of gold right there. That's a gold snake. Look at that beautiful thing. Alright, let me find something special to put it in. We'll use one of these helmets. So confirmed gold there, 10 carat. Wow, okay, I could grab a scale. Alright, let's take a look at the scale here. We will change it to grams and drop this puppy on there. So we are looking at approximately 18.4 grams of 10 karat gold. 10 karat, 18 grams of 10 karat, that'll make it easier. 18 grams of 10 karat is roughly, so 10 karat is 40% pure gold, so that is 40% of 18, so I don't know the math on that a whole lot, but several $100s worth of gold, up to like probably $800 or $900. So that's really incredible. First piece of gold out of the jewelry bag acquired. Let's keep going. This says Cora? Not entirely sure. It does have a copper look to it, but there's also a gold tone. So we'll put it in the pile to test, and we'll move on to the next bag. Wow. I will not soon recover from that one. That's incredible. So here is an International Silver Company picture frame. Those typically tend to be silver plated, not actual silver. So we'll test it, but it probably is just silver plated, not any real value to that. And then this is kind of a valueless little piece thing there as well. And that's just a piece of broken glass. We don't want that in there. And then these are some glass ice cubes. Those are pretty cool. If there's any sort of value to these glass ice cubes, I will throw it up, but I don't imagine that there really will be. Put those off to the side. Alright, and up next we have this lovely little bag of jewelry. Let's take a look. I'm going to hop into it here. We have this huge chain. Please be silver, please be silver, please be silver. Like we need it, you know, we just got that huge chunky piece of gold. But, you know. It says Galette, I'm not entirely sure. There is a locket. Let's see if the locket has anything inside of it. The locket does not appear to be stamped sterling or anything like that. So this might just be another piece of costume jewelry. This does not appear... It doesn't seem heavy enough either, to be honest with you. Maybe this other one here could be, but I don't think that it is. We'll put it off to the side there. We'll move on to the next bit. So it looks like we're down to the stuff that's just kind of loosely in here. So let's kind of try to just work our way through it. That is stamped. That's stamped 10 karat as well. That little prayer thing there. Okay. So let me put all of this into another little helmet. And we'll set this right here. And we'll go through that here in a moment. We're going to try to go through the easier stuff first. The stuff that's just kind of out and loose. This appears to just be kind of another nondescript, non-precious metal chain. Those are nice. You know, some of those do have some sort of value to them. But yeah, we'll put those and lot those up into lots of other bits of jewelry like that. And then we'll just kind of sell all those together over on dibdit.com. That's DIBDIT.com. DIBDIT.com. There's nothing on that one. Okay, the next little piece of jewelry that we have here also does not appear to be stamped. This looks to be a cheaper sort of chain anyway. It does not appear to have the weight to it either. We'll put that in the test pile just because you never know. There could be something on there that's gold, but I don't think so. And then we have a Seiko Quartz women's watch. It's small. Some of these older Seiko Quartzes can go for really good money, and I actually picked up a whole bunch of wristbands from for wristwatches from Bimart today. So we'll see. We have an Elgin Company quartz watch there, super cool. We have this random bit of jewelry. It does not appear, it's like a sticker on there. Usually when there's a sticker on it, it doesn't tend to have a whole lot of value. An Aqualite, that's not too bad. That's got a quartz, so that's not terrible. A Panatech quartz, so that one's pretty nice. Those tend to have gold-filled bands on them, and that might be exactly what that is. We'll set that off to the side as well. This was one of the first things that I picked up. I'm not exactly familiar with the brand, and you can actually see it's like a milky, frothy looking glass, but if you look really closely you can see the word Sterling written right there. So I got it for the fact that it said Sterling. Let's see what else we have here. We have this lovely little belt buckle. This appears to be probably pewter or something like that. Very lovely. Another little belt buckle. And we have a couple more little watches here. This one's like an electronic watch. It's got a movement on the back. Here's a Peugeot quartz. That's just like another kind of cheaper lowbrow one. This is like a setting for some sort of a pendant or something like that. It does not appear that there is any writing. Oh, no, there is writing on it. Huh. Does that say 14 karat? I think it might. That might actually say 14 karat on it right there. We'll add that to the gold box. So another lovely little piece of gold. We got that. We got some old pins here, some little coins, some non-valuable ones. The Black Anvil Tavern, just kind of some old trinkety looking coins. And we've got a Elizabeth from Australia 50-cent coin. That's kind of cool. A 50-cent coin from Australia. An Australian 50-cent coin. Often a lot of these coins I give out over on dibdit.com during my shows. So make sure to join dibdit.com and use the code Pacific5 for $5 off your first purchase of $10 or more. These are really heavy, but I highly doubt that these are, yeah, those aren't anything to write home about. And then inside of here, I believe there was something that caught my eye. Oh yeah, these little things. They do not appear to be anything, though. Yeah, there's no writing on them. So that's just kind of some junk stuff. Some more random little pins and stuff. And we also picked up this kind of really awesome looking Minolta zoom camera. Some sort of strange, I mean, I'm not exactly sure. We'll put up a comp right there. But yeah, super. The lens on that is incredible looking. That is really cool. We'll put that in here for now. That may have to go up on the internet. Let's see what else. We also got this little jar. There is a chain in here. Let's see what the chain says on it. It is far too light to be gold is what it says. And that's okay. There is something behind there. And this could be a candidate though This is pretty heavy. And I don't see any writing on it. Nope. Alright, that's okay. We'll put that off to the side. We'll put that there. And we'll move that over there as well. We got this other Hot Wheels car. Kind of neat. You never know with Hot Wheels. I found plenty of red lines out and about, so always keep on the lookout. Another belt buckle, pretty neat. We'll do the coins. We'll save the coins for last. And we also got this lovely. Oh, there's like a chain or something there. Let's move that off to the side. We got this lovely purse. It's a Fossil purse. Fossil's not super collectible, but it does do okay on the secondhand market, and I'll probably run this during one of my auctions on dibdit.com, so be on the lookout over there. We got another Lady Sovereign women's watch. That's pretty neat. We got this. Let's see. It is a very, very strange necklace. Very strange indeed. I do not know where one end of this starts or the other begins. This actually looks to be gold, though, to be honest with you. I'm not an expert necessarily, but this has quite a look to it. Let me get it open and take a look. We might have just hit another jackpot. Let's have a gander. I don't see any marks on it. We don't know yet if that means anything, though. It may still be something. Still don't see any marks on it. It has a real look to it, though. The look is very, I mean, it has the gold look, the softness of gold. We'll put that over there to test in a moment. We will be testing all of these gold and or non-gold pieces just to make sure. Then we got this pretty massive little clasp. This says Germany on one side and nothing on the other. Okay, put that off over here. Looks like the rest of the stuff in the bottom of this is just kind of some junk. There's a few pins. There is another little chain here. This appears to be... It says Korea, so that's going to be valueless for the most part. And then we've got a... Well, I highly doubt that it's real, but we'll look it up if there is a comp for it. This is a Cartier watch. Or Cartier. I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't look like a Cartier watch, but you never know if it's in really bad shape. We'll put that over here with the potentially valuable items. We've got a wooden nickel. Those are always fun to grab. If you know about coins, those are kind of a fun little collectible. Alright, and then this one has a clasp on it. Or no, it didn't. Where'd the clasp go? Ah, the clasp is right here. This is a 925. Okay. So we did get... Oh, that's a strange looking one. So this is a silver necklace, and it has these like strands or guitar string looking things on them. So that's really neat. That is sterling silver. That's great. And now let's get to these, what looks like foreign coins to me. Usually foreign coins don't hold a whole lot of value, but you never know. We'll kind of go through them a few at a time and see what's in there. Alright, so that is a... I'm not entirely sure where that one is from. If you know, leave a comment down below. Estados Unidos, Mexico. So there's Mexican currency in here. There's some other... None of these appear to be silver yet, which is fine. You know, these are still very cool. 1 euro. There's a euro. There's another 200 something. There's kind of a neat coin. Here's a 20 euro cent. That's pretty neat. A lot of different metals. You can hear the different metals in there. 10 cent euro. Okay. We'll put these in another little helmet here. Pull a few more out. And we've got this one from I don't know when or where it belongs, but there we go. A whole bunch of other little... So yeah, mostly foreign. It looks like nothing crazy. I know a little bit about foreign coins, and none of these seem to be setting off the radar at all. Just kind of some basic looking foreign coins. But still very neat. Probably some from somebody's travels while they were abroad, which is really cool. These will probably sell on Dibdit.com. Make sure to check it out over there. Alright, the rest of this is pretty much junk. There's like a pink golf ball. I don't know. We'll move that off to the side. And we'll get back into this first little jar of jewelry that we were not able to sort through originally because it is just it's a chaotic mess. So we'll just kind of, the best way that I've found with this is to hold it up a little bit and let gravity do its thing. You can usually get things taken off of there slowly but surely. This appears to just be a non-descriptive, non-precious metal chain, so nothing too crazy there. Same deal here. This one may be, no, that's nothing too crazy either. And then we'll move on through and find some other chains. We'll set that one down. Alright, we'll do this one first, since it kind of came out all in a bundle. Let's kind of look through it all here. That says Avon, but you never know. There's several chains mixed into one. Definitely if it says Avon, it's not going to be gold. But this other chain that's tied to it might have something on it. Who knows? We'll take a look. Alright, it does not appear that any of this has any stamps on it. Not that I see. I don't see any stamps. Those look like pretty cheap little gemstones. This looks to me like just kind of some random little like kids jewelry or costume jewelry. Nothing crazy. Alright, we'll continue. Something else fell off of there. This is another just kind of random jewelry bit. Nothing too crazy. Almost looks like that says 10 karat on it. I can't tell for certain, so we'll just kind of try to break this all up. This is heavy enough to be something. That is quite a heavy little pendant. It is enamel, but people do enamel gold, so it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibilities. And then there's also what appears to be some sort of a pin or something here. This is fully gold from the front to the back, so this probably got a stamp on it somewhere. I can't tell. We'll put it back in the jar for now. This is a jumbled mess. Let's see what looks like it might be. This looks like a good candidate. Let's see. Has that gold look to it. If you know what I'm talking about, leave a comment in the comment section. When we get to 1,000 subscribers, we will be giving away a 14 karat gold necklace. I don't have it available in front of me, but if I did, I would show it to you. That doesn't have anything on it. Well, we definitely got that one piece of gold, and we'll take that. And we got a nice chunky piece of silver too. So that's a great pickup. We always love that. And for $20, we definitely made a good purchase. I would say $20 and turn it into several hundred for that one gold chain that we found. The rest of this does not... Well, hold on. What does that say? It says Korea. That's not a good sign. Usually when it says Korea, it is like Walmart style jewelry. Nothing expensive, just kind of something... I don't see any other. This is just a mass jumbled mess. Oh my goodness. Now what about this? What does that say? There's nothing on there, but it's really heavy. It has quite a look to it. May have to test that as well, just to double check. You know, you never know. That appears to have a stamp on it too, but I can't read it for the life of me. We'll keep trying to work these chains loose. Let's see what we can't come up with. Hopefully another piece of gold. Very likely not. I'm not seeing any more clasps for me to look at on here to indicate whether or not there is There's this. Oh, what was that? That also says Korea. This. All of that. That looks like a fake opal. Yep. So it appears that the rest of this is just costume jewelry. If I find any more gold throughout this, I will be sure to let you know. Oh, hold on. Yeah. Looks like the only for sure piece of gold that we got is this massive herringbone chain weighing about 18 grams. So we'll take that for a $20 investment for day one of our 30-day challenge of reselling. I think we did a pretty good job. Day one has gone to a really great start with a massive, chunky 10-karat gold necklace and a whole bunch of other wonderful stuff. We'll be sure to update you as the days go on with how much we sell certain items for. And as always, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to leave a comment about what your favorite item was that you saw that I picked up today. And if you want to buy any of these things, make sure to come over to dibdit.com and you can use my code Pacific5 for $5 off your purchase of $10 or more. Thank you guys so much for your support, and we'll see you on the next one.